Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगन रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सखगन ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. I welcome the devotees who have joined today for the first time. We are studying Bhagavad Gita every day, 6 days a week. And we are, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are able to study and understand Bhagavad Gita the way Krishna taught Arjuna, the way Srila Prabhupada has given this Bhagavad Gita to us, Bhagavad Gita as it is. Even though Krishna gave this knowledge to Arjuna more than 5,000 years ago, we are all able to study and understand Bhagavad Gita mainly because of this one book called Bhagavad Gita as it is. So Prabhupada has given the title as it is because it is as Krishna spoke to Arjuna. So that's why it is as it is. Because there is no need for any interpretation to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. Everything, whatever Arjuna asked Krishna, the questions asked by Arjuna, and all the answers given by Krishna, everything is very clear and very straightforward. We can easily understand this Bhagavad Gita. If we just have faith on Krishna, this most confidential knowledge will be revealed to us. So Krishna told Arjuna that Bhaktosi me Saka Cheti Ragasyam hi etad uttamam. Because you are my Bhakta and Saka, you are my devotee and friend. So that's why Bhakta and Saka, Bhaktosi me Saka Cheti Ragasyam hi etad uttamam. I am revealing this Rahasyam ki etat uttamam. So uttama rahasyam. So the topmost confidential knowledge I am giving to you. I am revealing this knowledge to you because you are my friend and my devotee. And since I am giving this knowledge for your benefit because I love you so much. So that's what Krishna tells Arjuna. I love you so much. So I am giving you this knowledge for your benefit. Krishna loves everyone. So yatteham priyamanaya vakshyami hitakamya. So yatteham priyamanaya vakshyami hitakamya. Because you are so dear to me, so I love you so much. So for your benefit, I am giving you this knowledge. So that's what Krishna told Arjuna. Hitakamya, for your benefit. So Krishna wants to give this knowledge to all of us. I know in the after the class yesterday, our Bhagavad Gita class, lot of devotees asked some very important question actually, but we need to understand basically why Krishna is making us to suffer in this material world. That is the question. So why we are struggling and suffering? We understand from Bhagavad Gita that we are struggling and suffering in this material world. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us very clearly that this material world is full of miseries. So that part is very, very clear to us. We understand from Bhagavad Gita. But many times we actually say that everything is in God's control. That is actually not correct. Krishna actually, he controls this entire world. There is no doubt about it. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina matstani sarvabhutani nachagam tesu avastita. So I pervade this entire universe. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina, in my unmanifested form. Maya diyakshena prakriti suyatesa characharam. So this material world, this chara and achara, both moving and non-moving and everything, they are all working under my direct supervision. That's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita. Mayadiyakshena. Mayadiyakshena means under my direct supervision, everything is working. Mayadiyakshena prakriti suyatesa charachara. Gamavisya cha bhutani dharayami aham ojasa pusnami chausadigi sarvaga somo bhutva rasatmaka. So I enter into each planet and by my energy they stay in orbit. So everything needs energy. So this rotational motion, circular motion, basically it's not even rotational, it's circular motion. So these planets are going circling around the sun, the earth is circling around the sun. So like that, everywhere, all these planets, the moon is circling around the earth. So all this, Krishna is saying that for all these things, energy is needed. We know, as per our modern science, we understand that energy is very important. So Krishna is teaching us, Krishna is telling very clearly that by my energy, they stay in orbit. Gama visyecha bhutani, dharayami aham ojasa. So I enter into each planet. So that way, everything is working under Krishna's supervision. Everything is working under Krishna's directions. All those things are very clear. But we simply cannot say that I am suffering, struggling because of Krishna. Why Krishna is making us to suffer and struggle in this material world? That part is not correct. Krishna very clearly is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita that you come to me, you will not struggle and suffer. Mamgi partha vyapashitti epishu papa yoniga striyo vaisyaga tata sudraga tepi anti paramgati. Kim punar brahmana punyaga bhaktaha raja rishayastata anityam asukkam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. So anyone, even papa yoniga, even those who have taken birth in the most sinful family, mamhi partha vyapashya vipashitya. So if they take shelter unto me, that's what. Mami partha vyapashitti epishu papa yonaya. Striyos, Stris, Vaisyas, Sudras, they all can come to me. Tepi anti param gatim. They all achieve the supreme destination. That's what tepi anti param gatim. Then what to speak about this Brahmanas, Punyaga, Bhaktas? What to speak about this Bhaktas, Raja Rishis, the saintly kings? So Kim punar brahmana punyaha bhaktas rajarishayas tata anityam asukkam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. Having come to this temporary miserable world, you worship me. That's what Krishna is teaching us. Bhajasvamam, you worship me. If you worship Krishna, we are going to go to Krishna. We are going to go to Nityam Sukham Lokam. Anityam Asukkam Lokam. This material world is Anityam Asukkam Lokam. If we worship Krishna, if we study Bhagavad Gita, if we understand Bhagavad Gita, if we become devotee of Krishna, then we will go to Nityam Sukham Lokam. Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mam Evaisyasi Yuktvaivam Atmanam Matparayanaha. Manmana, always think of me. That Krishna cannot force us to think about him. That has to come from within us. That force, that push, that desire, everything should come from us, because when we can think of Krishna all the time, only when we love him. Only when we know about Krishna, we love Krishna, then all the time we will be thinking about Krishna. That's what is happening in this material world. If someone loves someone else, all the time that person thinks about that person whom he loves. That's what happens in this material world. Always, all the time. That should happen with Krishna for us. Krishna is always thinking about us. Krishna is there with us in our heart as the super soul. Krishna is not at all getting out of us. Krishna is all the time with us, getting away from us. Krishna is all the time with us, actually. He loves us so much. He loves everyone. Samoham, sarvabhuteshu. I am equal to all living entities. Namedvesti asti na priya. So I don't envy anyone, nor am I partial to anyone. Namedveshu asti na priya. But if we worship Krishna, ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapyam. If anyone worships me with devotion, they live in me, I live in them. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So that part is actually with us. So we need to fulfill that part. Thinking about Krishna, manmana, becoming a devotee of Krishna, bhava bhakto, and madhyaji, worshipping Krishna, and mam namaskuru, offering obeisances unto Krishna. Yuktva atmanam atparayanaga. So we should work, always engage only in Krishna's devotional service. So, Mamevaishyasi, you will come to me. That's what Krishna is telling us. If you remember Krishna at the time of death, we will go to Krishna. This death wish, Krishna is given to all of us. All of us are going to die. It's not that somebody who is in the prison or who has got death punishment, only that person is going to die. In fact, the reality, every one of us have already got death punishment. Every one of us are going to die. There is no doubt about it. So that way, every one of us have got our death wish, our last wish. So whatever we want at the time of death, so that's what last wish. I meant last wish. So we will get it. Without any fail, we will get it. So Krishna has given us. So if you remember Krishna, we will get Krishna. If you don't remember Krishna, if you remember this material well, we will come to this material well only. Then we should not blame Krishna that why Krishna is making me to suffer and struggle in this way, why he is doing all these things and he's just watching us struggling and suffering. That is not correct, because the problem is with us. We need to now itself take this opportunity, study this Bhagavad Gita fully, understand this Bhagavad Gita completely, and we should actually go to Krishna as well. We should use this life. This is a very, very rare opportunity. What we have got right now, this human body, human brain, everything, and on the top of all that, we have got the opportunity to study Bhagavad Gita every day like this. This is a wonderful opportunity, a miracle basically. Earlier days, when anyone wants to study Bhagavad Gita, they have to go to a particular place and sit and study all such things on a daily basis. So tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaga. That's what Krishna told us. But these days, we have got the technology by Krishna's mercy. Like the way Sanjaya was able to actually hear and listen what Krishna was talking to Arjuna in the battlefield, because he got that power. So he got it from Vyasadeva. Vyasa prasada shrutavan etat guhyam aham param. Yogam yogeswarat krishnat sakshat kadayataga swayam. So by the mercy of Vyasadeva, Vyasa prasada shrutavan. So I was able to hear. So Sanjay was telling Dhritarashtra that by the mercy of Vyasa, I could hear everything, whatever Krishna and Arjuna spoke. Samvadam imam asrausam adbhutam roma harshanam. Kesava Arjuno punyam. So by both Kesava and Arjuna, so whatever they spoke, their equivocal instructions, samvadam, asrausam, adbhutam, roma harshanam. So by hearing that, Asrausam, when I hear, so both Krishna and Kesava and Arjuna's discussions, so it is so wonderful. Adbhutam Roma Harsanam. My hairs are standing on end. Adbhutam Roma Harsanam. That's what Sanjay has told. So he was able to just, by sitting inside the palace, he was able to actually hear everything what Krishna spoke to Arjuna. So now, actually, we have got that kind of opportunity right now. We are all in our own place. We don't have to go anywhere. Now the technology is helping us so much, and the internet has also is available so easily, and we are able to study this Bhagavad Gita from wherever we are. This is such a wonderful opportunity. 50 years ago, when Srila Prabhupada came to US and he started ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So at that time, this technology was not this much developed. So he circled the entire globe in 12 years, 14 times, and established ISKCON centers everywhere. But now, Krishna's causeless mercy, we have got the opportunity to study and understand the same Bhagavad Gita which Krishna spoke millions of years ago to sun god Vivaswan, and the same Bhagavad Gita which Krishna spoke to Arjuna more than 5,000 years ago, and that same Bhagavad Gita which Srila Prabhupada circled the globe and he gave this knowledge to everyone, that same Bhagavad Gita we are able to study now, every day, understand as it is, this Bhagavad Gita. So, now, if we make use of this opportunity and understand this entire Bhagavad Gita fully, that is very much easy to do actually. It's very easy. Frankly speaking, when I first started studying Bhagavad Gita, when I first got the opportunity to study Bhagavad Gita, that was close to 30 years ago. So, when I was studying MTech in IIT Bombay, when I joined for MTech in IIT Bombay, so I couldn't even pronounce a sloka, a single sloka in Bhagavad Gita. The Sanskrit I didn't know Sanskrit at all. So, but Krishna's causeless mercy is so much now by repeatedly studying this Bhagavad Gita, just by using the transliteration, not even able to read the Devanagari script of the Sanskrit, but just by reading the transliteration of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So we are able to understand this complete Bhagavad Gita. This is a miracle. Krishna's causeless mercy. This opportunity is there everywhere now. Krishna has created, and we have to make use of this opportunity and study and understand this, all these slokas in this Bhagavad Gita as it is. Once we are able to study, understand, and then follow and then spread this message, so we will be always connected with Krishna. Because this Bhagavad Gita is the way to connect ourselves with Krishna. Because through this Bhagavad Gita, we are actually listening from Krishna. Krishna is talking to us. Every sloka, when Krishna says that Manmana, Bhava Madbhakto, Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru, Mam Evesisi, Uttvaivam, Atmanam, Matparayanaga. Krishna is directly talking to us. Patram Pushpam Param Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachadigi Tadakam Bhakti Upagridam Ashnami Prayatatmanaka. So if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, flower, fruit or water, I shall accept it. That's what Krishna is saying. So like that, so many, Krishna in the entire Bhagavad Gita, whatever Krishna spoke to Arjuna, he is actually talking to us. He is actually anything, whatever Krishna said to Arjuna, he is actually saying to us. That's what this Bhagavad Gita is about. So if we just take that way, if we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita like that, and if we follow in our life, so our life is going to be very, very peaceful and blissful, meaningful. And that way, this human life, we will be able to use very, very effectively. That opportunity has come to us. Now with this technology, we are also able to identify new devotees very easily. That's also very easy. Now we are able to use all this social media, and we are able to find the devotees, identify the devotees, Krishna's devotees, and then we are able to come together and study this Bhagavad Gita every day and understand all the slokas. So this is Krishna's current times. Normally, what they call it as past times. Krishna's past times, Leelas, Krishna's Leelas. So that's what is the past times. So that's what we study in Srimad Bhagavatam, what Krishna did. But these are all Krishna's current times. By Krishna's causeless mercy only, this miracle is happening every day. We are able to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. So that way we are able to understand how to control our mind, how to make our mind as our best friend, and how to control our senses, and how to achieve steady intelligence, and how to get ourselves freed from the three modes of material nature, and how to surrender unto Krishna, and how to free ourselves from all the sinful reactions. So all these things are very clearly answered in just one book, this Bhagavad Gita, as it is. That's it. So when we study, as Krishna says that tasmat asaktaka satatam karyam karma samacharan asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. So if we are able to perform all our activities all the time without any attachment to the results, that's what tasmat asaktaga satatam, satatam always. Tasmat asaktaga satatam karyam karma samacharan. Asakto yacharan karma paramapnoti purusha. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So asakto acharan karma paramapnoti purusha. So if we are able to act without any attachment, asaktohi acharan karma, we will attain the supreme person, paramapnoti purusha. So by Krishna's causeless mercy only we are getting this knowledge. So this happens only when we are attached to Krishna. When we are attached to Krishna, we won't be attached to anything else in this material world. So we have to get ourselves attached to Krishna with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That attachment comes with this knowledge. When we develop that love towards Krishna, that attachment comes that all the time we want to remember Krishna, we want to serve Krishna. We are always connected with Krishna with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then preparing prasadam and offering to Krishna, and always discussing about Krishna with devotees. All our friends should be devotees of Krishna. That's what is very important. So that way we don't want to talk about useless things in this material world. Everything is useless. If it is not connected, of course everything is connected with Krishna only. But we should be able to connect with Krishna and talk. Then we are doing right things. But if we forget about Krishna, then we talk about all these worldly matters, worldly things. They are all useless. They have no use at all. But if we are able to connect everything with Krishna, because of course everything in this world is connected with Krishna. Everything is coming from Krishna. So if we are able to remember Krishna, and if we are able to connect everything with Krishna, so then we are actually doing the right thing. So that way we are studying by Krishna's causeless mercy. Yesterday we finished the 27th sloka in the 14th chapter. So those who are joining for the first time or any time in our Bhagavad Gita class, you don't need to think that we are studying something in the middle of the Bhagavad Gita, because as you just now noticed, all this time I was talking the slokas, I was sharing the knowledge from different chapters actually. But towards the end, we will actually continue to study one sloka every day actually. So yesterday we finished the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in the 14th chapter, Krishna in the last, starting from the first sloka to last sloka, everything about the three modes of material nature. Idam jnanam upashitya mama sadharmyam agata. That's what in the very beginning we studied. Parambhuyaga pravakshami jnananam jnanam uttamam yajnatva munayas sarve param siddhi mito gata. So I'm explaining you the jnananam jnanam uttamam, the ultimate knowledge. Jnananam jnanam uttamam, the topmost knowledge of all knowledge. So I'm explaining you the ultimate knowledge, the topmost knowledge. So Yajnatva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhi Mito Gatam. Just by knowing this knowledge, many munis, many sages in the past have achieved the perfection. So they have freed from the material world actually. Param Siddhi Mito Gatam. So just by taking shelter into this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, you will attain my nature. Idam jnanam upashitya mamasa dharmya magata. Sargepi nopajayante pralaye navyadanticha. Then when this material world is created, you will not come and take birth in this material world. When this material world is annihilated, you will not be disturbed at all. So we need to go to a place that is Krishna's abode. So there, when we are there, then this material we are going to study. We already studied also. We will again and again will study. This material world is actually every 12 hours of Brahma, it's completely annihilated. And then when Brahma's night falls, and then when Brahma's day starts, everything is created. So that is known as Prabhavam and Pralayam. Ratri Agame Avasaka Partha. So भूतग्रामगसयेवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्रि आगमे अवसः पार्थ प्रभवति अहरागमे. So that way this material world is temporary, it is always changing, our body is temporary, our life is temporary, we are going to die. And the important point we need to understand that we should not continue to come back to this temporary miserable world. So that we need to stop that nonsense by studying this Bhagavad Gita, understanding this Bhagavad Gita. So that's why in the last sloka, what we studied, Krishna spoke, the last but one sloka in the 26th sloka in the 14th chapter, Krishna told us that Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So if anyone renders devotional service unto me without any break, so they will be able to transcend the modes of material nature. That means they will be able to free themselves from the modes of material nature, the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, and they will achieve the spiritual world. So Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpati. So in the sloka what we studied yesterday in the 27th sloka, Brahmano hi pratistaham amritasya avyayasya cha sasvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya kantitasya cha. So I have established that Brahman, so that well, so where it is amritasya, it is going to be permanent. So amritasya means immortal, amritasya avyayasya cha imperishable, sasvatasya cha eternal. So amritasya avyayasya cha sasvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya kantitasya. With this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So now in the 15th chapter we are starting today by Krishna's mercy. The very first sloka Krishna says is that Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhvamulam Mataga Sakam Asvatam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastvam Veda Saveda Vithi. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Urdhva Moolam. Moolam means the roots. The roots are going upwards, Urdhva. So Krishna is actually this material well. Krishna is actually comparing this material well to a banyan tree. So it is imperishable banyan tree. Aswatam Prahur Avyayam. So Athaga Sakam. Sakam means the branches. The branches are going downward. So imagine a banyan tree. So whose root, the entire root, the trunk, basically the trunk is going upward and all the branches are going downward. So that's why it's an inverted banyan tree. So that's what Urdhva Moolam Athaga Sakam Aswatam Prahu Avyayam. So the leaves are the Vedic hymns. Chandamsi Yasya Parnani. So Chandamsi Vedic hymns and Parnani means leaves. The leaves are the Vedic hymns. Yastam Veda Sa Veda Vid. Anyone who knows about this tree, so they are the knower of the Vedas. Yastam Veda Sa Veda Vid. In this chapter only, Krishna is going to also teach us that Vedascha Sarvaiga Aham Yeva Vedyo Vedantakrit Vedavid Deva Chagam. Of all the Vedas, I am to be known. In fact, I am the compiler of the Vedas. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. So that way, the purpose of studying this Bhagavad Gita, if we study Bhagavad Gita, if we understand Bhagavad Gita, we know everything. We know Vedas, we know everything. What all knowledge, what we need, everything is given in this Bhagavad Gita. That's what we need to understand. So Krishna is teaching us here that the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. So you may have questions more about this banyan tree, but in the coming slokas we are going to study and understand in detail actually. So when you study, so Krishna is explaining about this material well at length. So we need to now go to the spiritual well. There is a banyan tree which is straight upwards. So this material well is just the reflection of the spiritual. Like if you are in the bank of a river, so if there is a banyan tree, so its reflection or on the bank of a lake. So you can see that it's all inverted banyan trees. So that's what is this material well like that. So by Krishna's mercy, we finished the first sloka in the 15th chapter. When we study in the next few slokas, we will understand about this material well even very clearly by Krishna's mercy. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we will chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to go to spiritual well. So that's what is very important. So when we go to Krishna's well, so we need to connect ourselves with Krishna. We need to focus our mind on Krishna. So for this, we need to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra using this chanting bead. So it has got 108 beads are there. So we need to put the beads in such a way so you are not using the index finger to touch the beads. And there is a bead bag you can keep inside the bead bag. So that way, and also there is a bigger opening on one side of this bead bag, and the another side there is a smaller opening actually. So there is a smaller opening. So through that smaller opening, you can bring this index finger. So the index finger comes through the smaller opening. So then the bead inside the bag. So then we should actually chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. While chanting, we will move the bead towards us. So keep like this. So when we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like that we should move. And at the end, when we come to the last bead. So, for example, when we come to the last bead, when we finished it, 108. So then don't continue this main bead. So we just flip it and again go backwards. So like that, we need to keep doing it. Hare Krishna. So let us chant now one round.